Morning. How's everyone doing? Good. It's become a tradition that I deliver the opening chapel, the first chapel of the school year. It's also become a tradition or a common practice that very few of you will remember what I say today. So I'll start with a confession. I'm actually recycling some of my comments from a few years ago, but because you may not have remembered, it'll be very new to you. And for the next 12 to 24 hours that you retain what I say, hopefully it is meaningful. As I only want to take a few minutes today, I felt compelled that my thoughts are going to be on the school's theme this year, Forward Together. I think it's a phenomenal theme. Well done, tremendous, and very appropriate. I have 2 points that I hope you'll take away from today's chapel. Number one, I think it's critical to our success as a school in moving forward together that the theme or our mindset for the year is yours, the students. This theme, Forward Together, is the idea of the students, not an adult walking into a room and thrusting it upon you. I will tell you why I think that it's important in just a second. Second, I want to share with you what I think Forward Together looks like in practice every day. Over the last 3 years, I've interviewed each candidate for head prefect. This past spring, most, if not all, of the head prefect candidates mentioned the idea of a school honor code. I think we may all have our idea of what that honor code looks like. When I was in college, I had heard of the honor code at the University of Virginia. And I was on University of Virginia's campus a year ago summer, and I was eavesdropping on a student-led admissions tour. I wasn't surprised to hear that the student leader was telling the prospective students all about the honor code. This code at UVA dates back to 1842 and certainly plays a significant role in the life of each University of Virginia student. It states, "On my honor, I pledge that I have neither given nor received help on this assignment." It was based on the principle that students want to be trusted. So what does an honor code have to do with moving forward together? For starters, an honor code system strengthens a school-wide community of trust. The Air Force Academy, which I visited a couple summers ago as well, has a powerful honor code as well. And it simply reads, "We will not lie, steal, or cheat, nor tolerate among us anyone who does." These are powerful messages made by and for their respective student bodies. I can't fully explain how comforting it was to speak with the prefect candidates. If we were to ever have an honor code, which each of them brought up, it will not be because Mr. Coombs or Mr. Smith or I stand before you or any other adult stands before you and says we should have one. I think it is critical to our success as a school in moving forward together that the mindset or the theme or what we choose to embrace is yours, the students. This theme, Forward Together, is the idea of students, not an adult walking in and saying, "Here, you made it yours," made at Lumiere, by and for Lumiere students. But an idea of a theme is only as good if there are those who are willing to implement it. So herein lies a challenge, and I'm taking some inspiration from Patrick Kennedy, as many of you know, a former faculty member here. Mr. Kennedy sent a note mid-June, right before he embarked on a 2-month boat excursion or ship excursion with other educators. In his email, he thanked, encouraged, and even challenged my colleagues to be zealots. As you may know, a zealot is a supporter, a believer, or even an extremist. Mr. PK said, "Be zealots for intellectual curiosity and knowledge, Be zealots for creativity and originality. Zealots for compassion and love. Zealots for social justice and understanding. Zealots for character and honor. Be zealots for building pride in place and community. We all can build pride in place and build a strong, connected community if we all agree to adhere to one simple principle. Demonstrate integrity in your word and deeds, and be honorable always. Don't tell him I said this, but Patrick Kennedy is correct. We are all and can all be zealots. Everyone here. This certainly will move La Lumiere forward together. My second point, so what does forward together look like in practice, in your everyday activities and actions? In a recent episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, okay, just checking to see if you're awake. Okay, what does forward look like? What does forward together look like? At my chapel presentation 2 years ago, I shared with you an African philosophy I was introduced to that summer. It is called Ubuntu. At the heart of this philosophy is the idea that you can't exist as a human being in isolation, as we are all interconnected. The common explanation of Ubuntu is best understood through the story of an anthropologist who proposed a game to children in an African tribe. He put a basket of fruit near a tree and told the kids the first one to reach the fruit would win all the fruit. As the story goes, the anthropologist told them to run. And all the kids took each other's hands and they ran together. They reached the tree, then they sat enjoying the fruits together. When asked why they ran like that, as one of the children could have taken all the fruit for themselves, the reply was, Ubuntu. How can one of us be happy if all the others are sad? Ubuntu adheres to a saying, I am because you are. Or in simpler terms, as humans, we are all in this together. Ubuntu is the essence of being human. While we often think of ourselves just as individuals, separated from one another, in reality, we are connected, and what we do affects the whole world. So for our sake, in our community, Ubuntu means when we do well, it spreads out. It is for the whole of humanity. Sounds a lot like forward together. As many of you know, I graduated from La Lumiere in the mid-'80s. In all honesty, these weren't the best of times for the school. So I certainly applaud my colleagues, Mr. Smith, Mr. Ballawinder, Mrs. Pagels, Mrs. Uriga, Mrs. Weigel, for staying, for believing, and helping La Lumiere move from an attitude, can we survive, to look at us thrive. As we enjoy great success today, with a student body we've never experienced before in both quality and quantity, and as we have a talented and dedicated faculty and staff resulting in great success in the classroom and on the fields, we must also pause to remind ourselves of our good fortune. And throughout this year, let's not lose sight of the fact that we can continue to improve and succeed, provided we do so together. Let's grab each other's hands, enjoy the fruit together. I ask you to be your best each day, to make your school better, to make yourself better, and you will certainly pull more people in with you. If we're willing to be a zealot, let's do so together. Let's do so with honor. It's the La Lumiere way, because we are? We are? Have a great day.